The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm on a new boat from Alumacraft, the Competitor 185 FSX. This is a fishing sport crossover, so let's take a look at the fishing features first. We'll start with the casting deck at the bow. It's all carpeted, so very comfortable. There's padding underneath. Sizable too, 5 feet 4 and aft. The forefront starts at 2 feet 3 inches. At the stern, 6 feet 6 inches. And it's pretty feature packed, so let's take a look. All the way in the forepeak, there's a small storage compartment, and that's where the nav light is. Coming back, we've got 1, 2, 3 more storage compartments, and then an 18-gallon live well. Right in the center, there's rod storage, enough for 8 rods, and underneath this deck is where we will put the trolling motor batteries. All of the side hatches are held open by gravity. The center hatch is held open by 2 gas assist struts. And notice that the rod storage compartment is lockable. Notice in the center of the deck there's a pedestal so we can move any of the chairs from the cockpit to the bow, and the gunnel depth 13 inches here. Moving into the cockpit, the fishing features continue over on the port side where we have 2 tackle storage compartments, 1 forward, 1 aft, and over to the opposite side, another rod storage locker holds 8-foot rods, and it's also lockable. Underneath the dual consoles, pull-out drawers for tackle storage as well. On the 3.5-inch CAPRAIL, there's a groove cut into one side of it. That's called an Alumacraft, and we can add Alumacraft accessories. These accessory holders will accommodate things like rod holders, beverage holders. They're always adding to it. It's a long list. Now back to the port hand side, take a look at this. On-the-go rod storage. These will accommodate rods up to 8.5 feet. At the stern, there's another casting platform, 22 inches deep, and of course it goes full beam. And in the center, take a look at this. A 22-gallon live well, and it's got dual access. And there's also a little bait container. Now let's take a look at the family features. First of all, this boat is equipped with the optional console and bow cushions. Now back in the cockpit, 4 seats. These are all on pedestals so they can be moved anywhere about the boat or removed as the case may be. Notice how the sides are open so that we can easily swivel without swiveling the seats, but they do turn, and they're vented on the sides and also can fold down. And notice to the back of the seats, custom embroidery. For safety, there's a cockpit depth of 23 inches. Over on the port hand side, there's a 13-gallon insulated cooler, and of course, this can also be used for dry storage. Just ahead of the observer's position in the port console, deep glove box. At the top of the console, convenient place for putting stuff. And notice that it's draining at the sides. I'm happy to see that there are grab handles all around for every seat. And look at this. Why are there grab handles to both sides of the casting platform? Because we have 2 jump seats. And I have to say, I'm finding these jump seats to be extremely comfortable. They're 13 inches high off the deck, 19 inches wide, and the seat back comes up 21 inches. Now also at the stern, notice that there's a pedestal base / socket for a ski tow pylon. That is standard. The ski tow pylon itself is optional. And the ski tow pylon gets dedicated storage right in the starboard side rod locker. At the transom on the starboard side, there's a 3-step reboarding ladder, and just ahead, 2 snap-in comfort pads with color matching the rest of the boat. Enjoying your time on the water after dark? There are courtesy lights both fore and aft. Now let's move on to operations, starting with the power plant. This boat will accommodate up to a 175 horsepower engine. We tested with the 150 Mercury Pro XS. You can also get engines from Yamaha, Suzuki, or Honda. The engine's mounted to Alumacraft's all-aluminum transom. We can see that it's reinforced, and I like the clean rigging so there are no trip hazards. And notice the C-Star hydraulic steering. And in the port quarter, easy access to the battery. The helm is starboard mounted, starts with the Elite 7 LOWRANCE multifunction display, and this will also have a moving map display, so we've got easy navigation. USB and auxiliary connectivity. There's a small cubby for holding your phone. All your electrical switches are over on the right-hand side with circuit breakers just underneath and an infinity stereo just below that. The steering wheel is mounted to a tilt base. The windshield is framed in aluminum, and there's a 21-inch wide walk-through with dual locks. We already talked about the comfort level of the seats, but make yourself aware of a couple of ergonomic things. Little edge of the carpeting sticks out, so you'll be rubbing against that. And then if you move your foot back, you'll hit the release mechanism for swiveling the seat. And going around the boat, there are 4.5-inch flip-up cleats. Out of the water, there's a lot to talk about. First of all, the paint job, automotive grade. There's a primer coat, base coat, and then clear coat. These are decals, of course. Now look at this, a spray rail, full-length spray rail going all the way back to the stern. And once we get to the stern, take a look at this. Those spray rails are just part of the aquadynamic hull that also includes this gull wing shape to both sides. Now the combination of those two should give us a good grip on the water during our test. We'll have to check that out. Underneath, there's a hardened full-length keel. Now, this also has the 2XB hull system, double plating through the entire hull. We've seen before where some manufacturers have double plating at the bow only. This one takes it all the way back. Now all of this is on a custom-made trailer. Take a look at these features. Dual bunks to either side, ratcheting tie-downs, submersible brake lights, steel construction, load guides, aluminum wheels, lighted steps, coming forward, surge brakes, and a swivel trailer jack. And to the opposite side, a spare tire. And let's not forget the optional ratcheting trailer cover.
The Alumacraft Competitor 185 FSX has a length overall of 18 feet 8 inches and a beam of 95 inches. With an empty weight of 1,500 pounds, 94% fuel, and 3 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 2,270 pounds. With a 150 horsepower Mercury Pro XS turning a 14x19 propeller and spun up to 5,900 RPM, our speed topped out at 48.2 miles per hour. Best cruise came in at 3,000 RPM and 20.4 miles per hour. At that speed, the 3.4 gallon per hour fuel burn translated into 6 miles per gallon and a range of 183 statute miles, all while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 34-gallon total fuel capacity. She's quick to respond to the throttle. We measured an average time to plane of 4.3 seconds, a time to 20 miles per hour of 5.5 seconds, and she continued through 30 in 7.3. She's excellent when crossing these wakes. No hull slap, no pounding, just a clean slice through each wave. I can also tell that the gull wing hull design is working as there's no slide across the lake when I put her into a hard turn. There's also no chine walk or other operational tendencies that would take away from her good handling characteristics.
So we've got plenty of fishing features, a boatload of family features, and flexibility throughout the boat. It's all coming together in the Competitor 185 FSX, and that's my full features inspection and performance evaluation. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.